Busy people and lots of yellies, Worcester hipsters and fed up townies. We have more than pizza in common, with 2 rocks for bookends. New Haven, New Haven, New Haven, between 2 rocks.
And welcome back to the Between Two Rocks podcast. Hey, everybody. It's been a while.
We're
back from hiatus. Never. No matter how bad the intro goes, we never start again. It's fine. That tone you heard was Colin, of course, my frequent co-host slash local real estate investor.
Yeah, good to be here again.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the other side of the table. It's throwing me off my game.
Yeah.
It messed me up completely.
Intentional move on my part.
Yeah. It was a power play.
Maybe it'll make it nice.
Machiavellian,
I feel like your
say.
chair is taller than mine, too.
Oh, I know
Everything
what I'm doing.
about this. I hate this.
I've thought this out.
And on my right, in Colin's usual chair, is Shawn Murray. We were practicing our laughs. Well, they were practicing. I'm going to stick with my shitty laugh.
We'll take one from earlier. You did a better
Yeah, I did a
crusty
better
laugh
crusty
earlier.
earlier.
Yeah.
You have to trust us. It was pretty solid. Yeah,
It'll come
Shawn,
back,
you've
yeah,
been
later.
the co-host a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a guest is better, though.
Is it?
Co-host is better title, but I feel like I get better treatment as a guest.
Yeah.
You know what I
I wouldn't say, not here.
No.
We treat the guests pretty badly.
Sometimes Josh and
overall.
I ignore the guests for 20 minutes before they're introduced.
A lot of the time is spent disparaging their ideas.
No, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, you run a local restaurant? That sounds dumb. Anyway, where is this place? What's it like?
I'll try it before you go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So we are back here at Baobab Tree Studios, the home of Shawn's new podcast. Is it Shawn Murray International Film Festival?
You goddamn right it is, Josh.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
I'm not used to getting things right in the first try. So what is the concept of this?
The concept of the podcast is, what if a guy liked movies?
Wow.
No, it's
Wow.
basically
Novel.
just like the idea is like if I was hosting a film festival
Yeah.
from the comfort of a podcast studio and you could only listen to it and you couldn't attend.
Right. Yeah. You took away the entire visual medium.
Everything that makes a festival
Yeah.
is now
The lack
condensed.
of people, no
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you have to listen to.
Do you get a gift bag? Swag?
Hell no.
Swag bag?
If you the Patreon in a couple of years, we'll have a
Okay,
Patreon and you'll
fair.
get. But you have to pay me first, and then
Yeah.
you'll get the gift bag.
Yeah.
Which
You
is like,
got
I
to
guess,
subscribe to Shawn's OnlyFans for that kind of stuff.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Get some sweet gummy worms or whatever. Sour Patch Kids.
Yes, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Actually, because I love candy so much, people should have to bring me that. You know what I mean? Like guests on my show should like.
This is the worst film festival.
No, it's great. Paying fealty to the head of the festival, like offering gifts.
Do you host it by yourself? Or do you have guests? Or what?
I host it by myself. I have guests every week. This week we're going to talk about Many Saints of Newark, the new Sopranos movie.
Oh, nice. Is that any good?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't want to have you
Spoiler alert.
spout all your
Not good.
material.
No, it's just it's not like bad. It's just not like you didn't need it. Like that's all I'll say here.
We didn't
Tune into
need
the
it.
pod for no. It's really like it's just like why did they make this?
Yeah.
What if you had never
Money.
seen The Sopranos? Is it still watchable, or is
It's
is
very
it
like
just-
that's the thing. It's like because you can watch it without having seen The Sopranos and just enjoy it on its own merits. But that's kind of the reason why you don't need it. I mean, if you don't need to watch The Sopranos to watch the movie, then the movie in a way doesn't need to exist because it's not really doing anything to further The Sopranos. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like if you
How did I let this podcast turn into Shawn's podcast already?
Because I'm a goddamn great host. That's
right when he said that he hosts a podcast, that was my goal actually, to just transition him into being the host right
All
now.
right. Why don't
All right,
you
I'm
host
gonna
your own
let me
goddamn
wrap
podcast?
this up. Let me wrap this thought up.
Okay.
All I want to say is if you took every character's name and changed it, the movie would just be a fine like gangster movie on its own, and it wouldn't be like, oh, like I learned so much more about this. Like it's just like kind of like
Gotcha.
whatever.
What
All
other
right.
movies have you seen recently that you
Stop. Swear to God, I should have done this solo. Okay, so basically this
If it was
is
up to Shayna, you would have done it solo.
well, fair enough. Yeah, Shane was supposed to be here today, but she couldn't because
Reasons.
she is burning orphanages down. That's right. I was going to say something like that, but nicer, and then I just lost it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's go all in.
so
She's
yeah,
not here. She can't defend herself. Who cares?
Exactly. Best time to disparage people.
Yeah.
I just prefer to do it to people's faces. There's something visceral about it, you know.
Damn you,
Yeah.
Shayna. I'm shaking my fist.
That's right. So this is a welcome back episode. I spent the last month in Brooklyn, New York City.
You did?
New York. That's right. Doing a little
The
bit of an
last
experiment.
month?
The last month. That's right. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. The same amount of content kept coming out of Between Two Rocks, which is to say, not a lot. But
Yeah, you made a warning to the podcast. Like, our content won't slow up because we're just going to continue putting out nothing.
Yeah.
For the next.
this quarterly pace will not be affected by
perfect.
this.
Yeah.
So I spent about a month in New York trying to decide if I wanted to move there. And I decided, I'm going to move there. Fuck you guys. I'm at it. No, I'm actually don't think I'm going to move. I had a glorious time. It was great pretending to be a New Yorker for 30 days. But towards the end there, I definitely felt like I missed home. You know, I missed my house.
Did you meet the
Space?
Statue of Liberty?
Did I meet her?
Yeah.
No, I saw her a couple times.
Oh.
I went to the Empire State Building.
That's why he's not a New Yorker. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the real New Yorkers get a chance to like
Did-
she'll like if you like when if the Statue of Liberty like kind of gets the good vibe from you, like she'll come to your apartment and just kind of like shake your hand and just say like, hey, like welcome to the city. I like
Really?
your vibe.
Gives you the
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So you didn't get that, so I can. Yeah.
I mean, I've never given anyone good vibes. So like if a girl on Tinder's like good vibes only, I'm like, she's not for me. Yeah, I am.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
got
gonna,
a lot of
I
bad
can't promise
vibes.
good vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So saying
yeah.
good vibes only is like I can give some good vibes,
Yeah.
but saying good vibes only is a lot of pressure, and I don't want to lie to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Good vibes only is bad vibes in itself.
Yeah,
I don't like
absolutely.
good
Yeah.
vibes only.
That's vibe exclusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's-
You got to be able to ride the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's arrogant to think that they're like, are you bringing any good vibes?
No,
Like, do I have
right.
to provide
No.
all? Like,
Maybe
you just
they're a
all-
vibe vacuum, and they're just
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
need
yeah.
your good vibes.
If
To
all
balance
you
the
feel is
universe.
good vibes, you're probably bad vibes guy and
Yeah.
don't know it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the poker.
Exactly. Yeah. If you can't tell who the sucker is, yeah.
But after online poker, it's probably everybody at the table. We're all
They're all
together.
suckers, yeah.
Yeah.
So back in New Haven, it's good to be home. I think I'm gonna probably start writing again. That's pretty exciting. But yeah, it was really interesting because it definitely made me appreciate a lot of the things that we have in New Haven that maybe I felt like a bit stagnant before. Like before I left, I was feeling very stagnant, very stuck. I've been in New Haven for 10 years, just feeling like, what am I doing with my life? I turned 40. That was pretty harrowing, you know. Not a fan. Don't recommend it.
God damn it.
Yeah, it'll happen to you, Shawn.
No.
I'll be dead by then.
No,
but
I've made a few lifestyle choices that will ensure that it will never happen to me.
That's right. And so the whole idea was, oh, maybe I'll try New York, maybe like New York comedy. That was kind of the impetus, right? Of like, oh, I can do comedy all the time. I mean, I'm not going to like make it as a 4-year-old comic or whatever, but it's more like I could do more comedy.
But what
it'd be
is
a bigger
making it,
scene.
you
Oh,
know?
right. That's a great question.
Did
So,
you think maybe you would make it, though?
in 30 days or just overall?
Did you think
Either.
you would like
Either.
lay enough groundwork in the 30 days to be like, oh, I'm on
Yeah.
a good right path? Yeah, I mean, like, shit.
No and no.
Become a writer on SNL? Whoa.
No,
I can't turn this down.
Yeah, it's like even like in Connecticut, you really do see like someone like Mo Musa, right? That dude drives to Maine to do comedy contests,
Right.
and like wins and does great, and he's getting great. But I'm just not willing at all. Like I don't have that level of motivation. And like you see people like that. Even like I remember when Andrew Manning started, like that dude was hitting 3 open mics a day in Connecticut, which is insane. Like the amount of driving you have to do.
Yeah, because there aren't 3 open mics a day in Connecticut.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard,
that he
yeah.
was doing that was
have to
incredible.
create
He
a
was
mic.
like, he was building them a whole cloth.
But I mean, that's when you see that level of passion and you realize that that's like there are people out there doing that. Like you realize that like it's not necessarily about like being innately funny or not, because everybody doing comedy should ostensibly be funny, you know. But those people who work that hard, they're gonna get
And yet.
better faster. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yet
Yeah. Should be.
I just say ostensibly.
Yeah.
Qualified it. But I mean, there are a lot of funny people in comedy.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's no lack of them, you know.
At least
but
6.
the people who Dan, Stott. No.
Yeah.
So what did your comedy experience in New York teach you about your comedy career?
Well, it just made me realize that there are people there who are like their entire lives are like devoted to this, right? Like they moved to New York to do comedy. They are going to hit 4 open mics a day. Like this is what their lives are about. You know what I mean? And like they're willing to throw themselves in. And I love doing comedy. It's super fun. I enjoyed going to open mics, but it's also just fucking exhausting. Like, I just don't want to be
very exhausting
hitting that many open mics. It's like open mics are fucking sad. Like, it shit sucks. It wears you down, you know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's why it's exhausting. If they like, it would be, exhausting or like at least tiring in a way if they were just a lot, but they were fun at least. But like, it's exhausting because open mics, like, by nature are horrible. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're just having like, you're going to 4 great shows a night where everyone's funny, you're funny, you feel like you got something out of it, and then you're moving on to the next one.
Audience is having fun.
Yeah, it's like, it's a miserable experience where there's, especially in New York, it's like there's 40 comics signed up, you're 36th somehow, even though they said open mics sign up at 6:30, you got there at 6:15 and you're 40th.
Yeah.
And then you have to sit through all of those people who are not going to sit through, and then
they're going to leave as soon as they're done.
They're not going to stick around and listen to you.
No.
And by the time you get up, there's only the 4 people who are after you left on the list, and they're just waiting to get up and do their jokes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, did I get anything out of this? Did I learn if this joke is funnier? And now I have to go to do like 2-3 more of these tonight.
Yeah.
And I have to hustle over there because I'm already late for the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to catch that subway. And if you just miss it, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You're just standing like an idiot in the heat.
Do you think the scene is different in New York, that more people are actually trying to make it as comics, or is it
I mean, it's
the same kind of mix that it is?
I think it's the same type of mix.
Yeah.
But I think everyone because there always gonna be people in comedy who have no aspirations whatsoever. They think they're funny, or they just want to go do something. Like there's, it took me a while in comedy to recognize that. There's some people who like, they don't want to be a comedian necessarily. They just want to leave their house and go say something into a microphone. Yeah. But then that's a small percentage. But then there's a lot of people who are never going to make it, and maybe they don't even think they are really, but like they think. Part of them thinks they're gonna make it. If they're gonna do that, but like then there's a group of people who like I'm dedicated to making it, and this is like no matter what, I'm never gonna quit doing this, and this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like so like it's really hard to distinguish the two, because like you can see somebody who's like one of the worst people you've ever seen perform comedy, and he'd be like, yeah, I'm really trying to get on SNL next year, or like I just submitted a packet. It's like, why would you? First of all, how did you hear about the chance to submit a writing packet to SNL? Like, how did that trickle down to you?
Who told you?
Yeah. And second of all, that's not happening. And it's probably not even gonna happen for the people who are really good. It's very difficult. It's like it's a very small pool of people who are even gonna like get that opportunity.
All the percentages and the personalities of the people you described sounds exactly like an adult kickball league. It's the same number.
It's across
where a lot are like,
of,
this is just something to do.
Right.
There's
a few Division I athletes who miss pummeling people.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like that with every hobby. You know what I mean? It's like every single thing that people are interested in. There's some people who like, I could still turn this into something. Yeah. And there's some people who are saying like, I just enjoy doing this. If it turned into something, that'd be great. And there's some people who are like, I'm wasting everyone's time, but it's fun for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the last one. Yeah. Except it's not fun for me. But I just prefer to spread my misery to others. It's like
that's better though. As long as it's not fun for you, also, like, I can at least like appreciate. Yeah, it's like someone who's like wasting everyone's time is awful, and they also enjoying it, like because they're not gonna stop.
Right, it's
at
at your expense.
Yeah,
if they're just dragging you down with them, you're like, well, fair.
Yeah,
I feel like all of those people almost are just as valid. Like every one of them is as valid as someone else.
Yeah, we're all
equally
valid.
That's the thing. It's like. Like, I would never tell somebody they can't do comedy or they shouldn't do comedy, because it's like,
are you sure?
Yeah,
come on.
No, I say to people, that guy shouldn't do comedy, but I wouldn't say to you like, hey, stop doing comedy. You know what I mean?
Right,
because it's like at the end of the day, this is whatever you want to get out of it. You got to get out of it.
Life,
but like, I wish I didn't have to see it. You know, I wish I didn't have to experience it. But it's like, who the fuck am I to say like you can't do this? I mean, some of the people who are like very successful comedians, I don't think are funny. Like if it were like, but they're doing great. You know what I mean? So if I were to tell them to stop, all their fans would be missing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was surprised by like, I feel like the average level of comic was like the same as in Connecticut. It was just like a greater disparity of quality, where like there are people who literally never done comedy before, and there were people who've been doing comedy for like 15 years who felt like pros to me at open mics. And then there was just sort of like everything in between. Like it was just like a wider disparity of levels. You know what I mean? But the average was still like pretty low.
It's the same. I always say to people, it's like New York is just more. It's just so much more. You have to like
quantity of people.
Because like an open mic in Connecticut sucks. You know what I mean? If it's 15 comics, that sucks to sit through. in an open, like you legitimately have 40 people at a mic, and then
Yeah.
it's like not only that. So it's initially supposed to be 5 minutes, and then like because it's like whoa, there's a bunch of people here, so we're gonna cut it down to 3 minutes, and it's like by the time you're halfway through this, we're gonna cut it down to a minute and a half. It's like what?
Yeah.
I just
One
sat
joke.
through. Yeah, I just sat
Yeah.
through like 48 minutes of bad jokes. And then you bump, like I don't even get a chance to do like my own.
We got to do
like,
2 people talking at the same time now.
Yeah. Whoever speaks louder, just you know, like you win.
I did attend an open mic format that I think I'm going to try to bring back to New Haven, which was like a heckle crowd work mic. So basically, it like encouraged audience members, mostly comics, to heckle each other and just like talk shit during the sets. It was pretty fun. Yeah, like it definitely takes some like novelty in there. You know what I mean? Basically, like the rules was like, let's try to avoid any slurs, but otherwise, like it was pretty solid. Like I enjoyed it. Like, you know, it's hard to get a word in, but pretty fun overall.
And also,
experience. Yeah.
But you signed up for it. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Like, you
that's
know,
the thing. It's like generally heckling sucks because you did not ask for that. You know what I mean?
So there were 40 people signed up for that one, and I was like, all right, I got there, and I was like, as long as I'm not first, I just want to watch one other person go, and I was first, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
You don't want
I
to
just
wander
wanted to see the format.
Yeah, you just
like,
get a
know
feel
what I
for it,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
You don't want to wander into that not knowing that's a heckler show.
no, they
as an
advertise it
open
that
mic,
way. No,
you
they
know?
advertise. I
Yeah,
knew.
yeah.
I just wish I'd seen one person.
Just
But
to get
it-
a
just to get a sense of the vibe. But like,
Yeah.
it did work out because I feel like the first few comics were allowed to try a couple jokes before things flew off the rails. But like by halfway through, like you couldn't even say shit when you got up there.
Yeah, it
You
makes
know what I
sense because
mean? Like,
then people just get more comfortable with it's like
screaming out shit. Yeah.
You're like, man, the first guy goes up. Even if you showed up to heckle, you're like, okay, I gotta pick my
Yeah, you
spots,
gotta
gotta figure out.
vibe,
Yeah, like what
right,
you got. It's like at some point you just gotta like, even if you're not even doing good heckles, you just like, fuck it, this is fun now. You know?
Yeah,
I'm just like,
exactly.
shut the fuck up.
It's because all the hecklers were doing the same thing as you. They let the first guy go, and they're like, let's see, are we
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
start
yeah,
heckling now?
Yeah,
yeah, they're
or-
waiting for like who's gonna
yeah.
And it's, you know, there's like a few people who are kind of dominate there.
There's a
but
hierarchy of
they're-
hecklers.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Swung guy in the corner, vaping hard, very good heckler. So it was great. I thought it
Did
was
you
pretty
have him
solid.
picked out in advance when you
No,
saw him
I did
vaping
not,
hard?
no.
You're
I
like,
mean,
"Oh,
he
that
definitely
guy."
had a big personality immediately, but I didn't, you know, I don't know anybody there. So they were all super nice, you know. I think I'm probably better than Shawn at like making new friends and like,
No, absolutely.
you know, being
I don't
friendly
have
with
any
strangers. Yeah. You have friends, but I would say that like it's
They're
only
the same ones. Yeah.
people want to be friends with you, but you don't make it easy.
Not in comedy.
Yeah.
No.
Not in life.
I think I have a. I think I can
Cutting
make
deep
friends.
now.
I don't think this is anything he cares about. This
No,
is
not really.
Yeah.
But I think
This is not an insecurity, Shawn.
specifically in comedy, with me, it's like I really don't have time for people who are not funny. You know what I mean? And like there are people
Well,
who
now
are
you're
not
just
funny,
hurting my feelings.
but you're funny to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're not funny to you, and that's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own issue you have to work through. But I think you're funny.
We'll
but it's
get
like
there.
there's so many people who are friendly, but it's like I have to be around you, and like friendly is not enough right now because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd rather you say something funny than you just be like, yeah,
Yeah.
like just having a
I
smile on
know
your face.
plenty of
but you
nice
suck.
people.
I used to always say like me and this other comedian Dame FK. We always talk about like the worst people. Oh no, me and Matt Wally used to talk about this. This is a comedian. He doesn't do comedy anymore. We like the worst people in comedy are the nice guys who are not funny because you have no reason to hate this guy. Like you have no reason to like
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
him, but it's like he sucks.
Yeah.
And like you hate him more. Then you hate yourself now because you hate him for not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Can you name some names or
I can name a lot of names. Let's see. No.
Matt Wally is the voice of Samsung now, so that's pretty cool.
What does that mean?
He's got like a real nice deep voice. He lives in Korea.
He does, like,
does like voiceover
Samsung
work for
commercials.
Samsung.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's like you should have been doing this all along. Like it's like
Yeah.
he's always had a very
great
deep
voice.
and great voice. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, this is
He
your
had
thing.
jokes about it.
Yeah.
I like thinking that people have a like a thing that they're perfect for.
Yeah.
But if he didn't come across that deep voice Samsung gig, he would have never known.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what I was.
Yeah.
I was made. To
I am
do.
the voice of Samsung. Yeah.
But you know, so it's funny. So being there in New York, I was kind of like, comedy, that's not like a reason enough. And then I ended up like really having fun just going. Like I went to a rave with our friend Danielle. She got kicked out of the rave, obviously, as is her nature.
Mhm.
You know, and I made some friends with some strangers.
My brother hung out with her a few days ago, and he said he threw up in a cab afterwards. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
this is a great influence.
Hold on.
Also, new mom.
Yeah. Her baby's
That's hilarious.
adorable.
The baby
What?
is very adorable.
Okay, like
And the baby was conceived in Tulum.
sex crimes aside, what does it take to get kicked out of a rave?
Yeah. Well, it was like an outdoor venue. You know Brooklyn Mirage?
Yeah.
So she like stood on the ledge upstairs. Also, her friend Lindsay was not kicked out. So I feel like she's like, oh, the bouncer had it out for me. I'm like, what really happened is the bouncer's like, get down. And she's probably like, fuck you.
Probably,
And
yeah.
then got kicked out. You know what I
That's
mean?
interesting. I just feel like specifically at a rave, there would be like a certain level of like, we're going to let a little bit slide. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, we're gonna let like 30 things slide.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like there is a certain amount of like, we understand
right.
that none of you people are in the right state of mind.
yeah.
You're
but,
probably
yeah,
an
so-
MDMA.
Yeah,
so
she probably was like a lot worse than she thought she was. Which,
Oh, yeah.
which people always are, especially if
Yeah.
you're on drugs. Like people are
Yeah.
like, I was pretty chill. Like that bouncer was just that. No, you suck.
Yeah.
You were yelling at him like at the top of your lungs for 40 minutes. Like, like he was just trying to do his job. Like you didn't even know you were yelling at it at some point. Like we lost any sense of like reason. You were just shouting. You were just making noises.
And so that was like one of those like my sister calls them like New York moments where you're like, this is like a thing you could only have here. You know, and you couldn't do this in Connecticut. And it was
Yeah.
like I stayed up super late. I made like strange friends from Romania and they were amazing. And we got to just dance to electronic music, which I love to do and never got to do in Connecticut. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the greatest place ever. And like I feel like I had that glow for a few days. You know, I was like, oh my God, I kind of want to move here. And then like a week later, I was like still tired from that. I was
Yeah.
just like, I can't do that every week. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like I just like, it's great, but it's just like not, you know, it's not the kind of thing you do regularly.
No, that's too much.
Right. Unless you're like leading a MDMA lifestyle, which I'm just
Yeah.
not going to
That's
do.
the thing about New York, and also like I think like most cities like New York, and like most things, even comedy. You know what I mean? It's like it's mostly miserable, and then
Yeah.
there are like these really high highs that are like
Yeah.
it'll carry you through the. But it's like when you really
it
like
only goes so far.
yeah, like when you really like sit back and just like think about like a lot of shit. It's like this wasn't that great, or like top to bottom. You know what I mean? Like every moment, but it's like that great moment was like wow.
Yeah.
But like
But
this
if I
shit,
average out the days,
yeah, like this shit really sucked. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like.
Yeah. And so did you find any places, because you were in New York for what, like 2 years?
Yeah,
All right.
2.5. Yeah.
did you make a YouTube vlog about it?
No, I knew Josh. I had the forethought that Josh was going to do this. I was like, I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
step on his toes in advance. And
Ahead
then,
of time,
then he
yeah.
won't have a lane in the
That's
future. So I was
good.
like, let me just step back. You know what I mean? I'll bury my own dreams.
That's good. You left that
I mean,
for
yeah.
him, yeah.
I'm-
Dame really hurt my feelings about that. Did you talk to him about that at all?
Yeah,
or-
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
because he like really unloaded on me. So Dame,
I heard all about
FK,
it.
Yeah, everybody did. Yeah.
No, maybe not everybody. Tell everybody.
All right. I don't think the audience of this podcast is all that different than the audience. Hard to say. There's probably some cross section. I think what happened there was my old roommate, and I was talking about Dame, and I think I'd mentioned that he, sometimes is a little self-destructive career-wise.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'd mentioned this, and I think that she told him some things that I don't like him or something like that,
Mhm.
and that this bubbled for a while underneath the surface without my knowledge, and then he gets loaded one night and it's just like, this is pathetic and lame, which is like not a totally invalid criticism or whatever. But maybe like a little out of left field and not necessary to say out loud. You know what I mean? And, I talked to him about it a little bit, but it was just one of those things where I think it was like there was some stuff going on under the surface that was like not being talked about. Because I was just like, dude, like, I think you're amazing. Like, I booked you on my very first show in New Haven. Like, you're on my super short list of comics I love the most. Like, I don't understand, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So did you talk about that with him to see if he just had like personal beef with you or what?
Well, he basically said he was just getting super drunk and weird, and I don't know. We didn't really talk about it. Maybe Shawn can give us some perspective.
He let his
here.
hatred for you bubble to the surface?
Yeah. I mean,
I think, because part of it was like you guys were kind of like roasting each other a little bit.
Yeah, that's what right. It did start with a little bit of
And I
Facebook
think,
roasting. That's
like,
what I thought.
Dame, Dame is like a genius, like at comedy, like and
Yeah.
truly, like I do not say that lightly. And like
yeah, and
people,
I don't have any idea that I'm at Dame's level of joke writing or you know what I mean.
but
he's
also,
great.
and not even just like he's like just super funny. Like Dame can cut, like I always say to people,
he sees the weakness.
yeah,
in you.
like
yeah.
Dame. Even if you saw Dame do a set, like you won't have seen him at his best for the most part. Because like I'll talk to Dame sometimes. This is kind of getting off track, but like sometimes
right.
we'll call each other to talk about like oh, what new jokes you working on, and I'll tell him some new jokes. And he'll be like, that's pretty good, and then he'll tell me like 4. Just since yesterday, he wrote 4 new jokes. They're all like great, like you're like at least ready for the stage. And then I'm like, he'll never do them. Like he'll never do them on stage. Like why don't you do that joke? Like it's so funny. Like that's just how he is. Anyway,
Yeah.
so like I think with that is like you guys are roasting each other, and you said something that was probably hit him a little bit, but also might have been not been accurate. And then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna be really accurate about what I think." You know what I mean? Because like he felt like even if you weren't being serious, he probably thought like, "Oh, this is what you think? Well, I'll tell you what I think." And that also probably plays into like if he thought what you think he thought, which is that he that you didn't like him, or whatever, you had some issue with him. And he's like, you also said this. It's like, okay, well, now is my chance. Like, if we're all dumping everything on the table, I got a lot of stuff in this.
I
this
just
treasure
never
chest.
seen him like have a job like this whole time, so I don't know what his situation is. So I was like, hey, do you live off your girl's money or whatever? And then he just like really went in. I don't know. How was I to know he's independently wealthy or whatever? You know, probably should have figured out from his sweet clothes. But you know.
I looked back on the Facebook thread and it was just confusing to follow because I think you'd already deleted things.
Right. I was like, I don't think I deleted anything from.
Or I don't know. It was like
Well, that's even funnier if it was just that good. Like it was just a big leap in like it was like oh, this happened in real time. This was not like
a vicious assault.
Exactly. This is not redacted. This is the original transcript.
And one thing I've realized about myself in comedies, I'm not good at roasting at all. Like I really only like if I'm funny, it's usually in like a silly, harmless way. Or mean to me, but I can't like. I can be mean to people, but I can't be mean and funny. Like I just can't figure out. So like it's always basically just me trying to roast somebody and then being mean and then having to apologize later.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I hope Dave knows that I do like him. Like I have really no beef with him at all. But you know.
I mean, did you guys have a good talk it out, or were you just like?
Yeah, I think we chatted.
Stop being mean to me.
Honestly, though, I think. Even with him saying that, I don't think he has any ill will towards you. I think that's just what he thought.
Yeah. No. It's just an opinion about stuff.
I didn't do a vlog when I was out there though.
Yeah. That's fair.
No, I just remember that's how we got on this. You were asking me like if I
you
had.
brought it back around.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Great hosting skills.
Yeah, I didn't.
So what are we talking about next? Sorry.
You were asking me like if I had any spots that I liked or something like that.
Oh yeah. So one of the things I actually did really love about being in New York was like I found this like esports bar that's like called Brookland, and it's basically like a video game bar, and they had like
cool.
Switches, PlayStations, but they also had like a full-on like PC network setup, so you could play like League of Legends or whatever. So like I like met this dude at the bar when we were hanging out. He's like, oh, you want to play some League? I was like, I kind of suck at League, but yeah, let's play. Like it's just like such a fun novelty to like just be playing a game next to somebody that you just met, and like that was like, and I ended up hanging out at that bar a lot, and that was like one of those things where like that's what I love about New York is like because there's so many people, you can have a sort of niche experience where like even if it's like only 0.1% of people would ever be interested, that's enough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's so many people that
Right, exactly. Like the numbers work out, and so it's just like super fun to hang out with a bunch of nerds. And I was just wondering if you found, you know, when you were in New York, were there any places that you just really like to hang that really didn't have anything to do with comedy, but just were like kind of something that you kind of found in the city that maybe surprised you or like wasn't what you were looking for?
The city was basically everything I was looking for. I was just burnt out on comedy there. I was really focused on comedy. The main thing I used to like to do in the city, my favorite place in the city is the High Line and Washington Square Park. I love Washington Square Park. It's like my favorite place. It's like great people watching place.
Yeah, it is a pretty great people watching place.
It's just like it's like I love like that area of Manhattan too. Like I love Lower Manhattan. Like the West Village, the Lower East Side, like so. But yeah, I used to love like I always take people like who haven't been to the city before. I would take them on the High Line because one time I was at on my birthday we went to the Standard Hotel. A friend of mine took us to the Standard Hotel, which is like later on I was like, this is way more expensive than I realized it was.
Yeah,
but, like it's like in the Meatpacking District, and like the High Line goes through the Standard Hotel. But anyway, we took some acid and we were walking on the High Line like at dawn, and it was fucking amazing. So now like it's like a great way to look at the city, like that part of the city. So I always take people to go on the High Line, which is like basically the High Line was like there was an old subway, like above ground train that they were gonna make, and they never finished it. So then they just turned it into like a public park that spans a certain length of the city down there, and it's great. It's I guess it's apparently like it's bad, it doesn't do anything for the city, like it's bad capitalism shit, but it's a fun
Central
park.
Park is
Yeah,
bad
not at all.
capitalism,
That
but,
stuff is great. Parks like spur tons of development. That stuff's
No,
great.
I'm saying like in terms of like, I mean, Meatpacking District was already like outside of most people's price ranges, but like the addition of the High Line and then the developments that go up around it is just like you'll never be able to. I mean, the people who live over there, like the buildings that pop up, is just to get more and more expensive, which is just all any big city. So like it's not suck. I mean, it's great. Like it's very green space. Like it's a lot more green than you'll see anywhere outside of Central Park. Yeah, and it's cool.
They should build affordable housing on the High Line.
Yes, there we go. So everyone could like get gawked at by tourists.
Put some of those like shipping container houses up there. That's every random sporadically.
But yeah, those are the two things I used to like to do. Like I would just go to sometimes I'll just go into the city and just
wander around.
Yeah, get some pizzas, walk through, or like skate through Washington Square Park or whatever.
Are you a skater?
I'm not I can't do very many tricks, but I used to skate a lot. Like when I started comedy, like, I used to get to all my gigs by skating, unless someone would give me a ride. Yeah.
What are you, a cartoon character?
Yeah, I was trying my best to be, for sure.
Cool. Yeah. So after all that, I had a great time. Like I met a bunch of people and it was super fun. But then like I feel like those last few days, I was just like, I'm ready to fucking go home. Like I'm like it was just so exhausting. Like I feel like it's so much all the time, everywhere you go, like I just felt like, oh my God, I can't like get away from anything here. You know what I mean? And so, when I got back, one of the first things I did is just go like hiking in Meriden, like Jeffrey, I don't know, whatever park it is, starts with a G.
Jeffrey Park.
Jeffrey Park. Is it called Jeffrey Park?
Park's Park. There's a guy named Jeffrey Park, and he
it's
named
a coincidence.
Is that really
yeah, it's
I can't even tell if you're fucking with us or what. But it's a great hike. Like it's just like it's a great up the Metacomet Ridge, and it was just like I literally sat
the world famous Metacomet Ridge.
Do you think that's ever happened that a guy's last name is Park and they're like, what should we do with when we name it? Should we double up on Park?
Yeah, what should we do with this land here? He's a great guy from our city, but we can't name it after him, right?
After Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Park.
I would love if that happened.
That'd be great.
It's more
the
of
round tables they'd have to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So much bureaucracy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah, so you did you just did the opposite experience of living in a city.
Exactly. I sat on like a cliff edge for like 20 minutes. I didn't see anybody. It was amazing. It was just quiet and nice. And I was like, hell yeah, this is great. And so back home now. Also, I got to work in my backyard. That was like something that you just can't do in New York ever. You know what I mean? Like work in a backyard, unless you're rich.
Or you live in Queens.
Yeah, I suppose. But Queens is far away from everything, I got to say.
Yeah.
It is like...
Well, it depends where you are in Queens,
Yeah,
like Astoria, Long Island City is like, it's pretty chill. It's right there.
Yeah, no,
Everything
I know.
else is like, God damn it, this is...
But it's like
this is like commuting from Connecticut.
I'm in Bushwick, and getting up to Queens is just like, it's so
it's
annoying.
Yeah. Like, it's so much harder
From
to get
Brooklyn
to Queens.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Unless you're like right on like the border.
Yeah.
Like I used to like go do shows. I was living in Jamaica, Queens, which is very deep in Queens.
Yeah.
And like going to shows, like this sucks. Like going to do a show in Brooklyn, like, and it's like Brooklyn is fun.
Yeah.
Especially like Bushwick, Williamsburg, all those areas. But it's like I don't want to go through this. Like it's such a long trip. And like, you got to change
like
trains.
It's 2 transfers.
Because like sometimes like you get to a point in New York where you're like, I don't care if I fall asleep on the train. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm whatever happens. But like, you can't do that when you go to certain places because like, I have to change trains like 3 times. So I can't even
gotta pay attention.
Yeah, it sucks. I used to love like going back to Queens from Manhattan at like 2 a.m. It's like I'm sleeping this whole way.
Yeah. Jamaica's like the last stop, right? So,
yeah, and then you get there and you're like, you wake up and you're like, this train's been sitting here for like 13 minutes. Like it's just like they're cleaning the train. Like no one said anything to me. I would always wake people up like, oh, we're at the last. Like people were just like, you just let me sleep. Like, you assumed I was homeless.
A couple weeks ago, we were taking the subway, and and there's this guy asleep across the whole bench or whatever, and he's got his hands in his pants, just like keeping his hands warm.
Yeah.
But Shelly and I, like, we get off the train, whatever, our 7 stops, and we're like, were you just like waiting for that situation to take a turn?
Yeah.
I was fucking staring the whole time. Yeah, I was like, please just stay sleeping. Don't turn this into something.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody masturbate on the subway in my time there, and I feel like I really missed
I've never
out,
seen anybody masturbate on the subway.
You should they should give you like a medal,
right?
like, 'cause that's like that is like you're like that's very rare.
Yeah, there were some people asking for money. One guy would actually kneel and like touch your.
A friend of mine, Ashley. You know Ashley.
Oh yeah, she was on the podcast one time.
Person just walked by the window here.
Flip me off. But I smiled. I don't engage in that type of behavior. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Yeah.
When they go
You're
low,
not like me and Dame.
Yeah. When they go low, I go high.
That's right. Yeah, so we're back. I'm back, I guess. You were here the whole time.
Yeah.
What's been happening? You doing anything fun? Did you get a moped yet?
No, we're potty training Henry now.
Oh.
Last night he took a crap on the floor, and
love
the
that.
Roomba ran right over it.
Ah.
Just like in no time, and I yelled out too, as if it would respond
God.
to me.
Roomba's up!
Roomba, no!
So I'm voice activated.
not
Oh,
our
man.
model, no.
Oh my God. That sounds
Roomba, this is your master
horrible.
speaking. Hold. You do some bang,
so
you do some bang a direct
impotent,
order.
just yelling at a
Roomba,
robot
this is one of the
vacuum.
laws of robotics. Gotta add that to the list. Asimov didn't think of that.
Yeah. You're disobeying a direct order. Stand down. Put out your like. I will shoot. Now you missed a lot in New Haven, Josh. Like Bane took over the city, and like, it was like a
That was the biggest thing. I
yeah,
forgot
like
about
an
that.
Occupy Wall Street kind of thing going
Yeah.
down, where it was like
Damn.
he freed
And it was
all
like
the
winter
inmates.
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. He fought Batman on the courthouse steps. It was incredible. He broke Batman's back at one point. Like Batman was
Nice.
gone.
I actually
Wait.
bought.
Hold on a second. Isn't it a coincidence that the minute Batman left,
He's back.
oh, we've discovered something about Josh.
That's right. I actually
are
bought
the
those
Bat.
comics when I was in New York because I finally found them. The Nightfall storyline at Midtown
Good
Comics.
storyline.
Great storyline.
That's a place. Yes, Midtown Comics. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Midtown Comics. I used to spend a lot of time there. But I used to do
yeah.
that before I even lived out there. Like when I would go to the city.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
it's good comic book store.
That and the Nintendo store. Always mobs, but I need to get more Zelda shirts. So.
Oh, and the Strand. The
Oh,
bookstore.
Yeah, agreed.
Union Square.
I actually bought a sci-fi book I meant to ask you about, but I don't remember the name, so it's not a good.
That's not-
The City We
Became
Yes.
by N.K. Jemisin.
Yes.
First of a new trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I did.
You like it?
It was good.
Nice.
I didn't like it as much as her other series. Well, one of her other series, the Broken Earth trilogy, which is incredible.
Okay.
But
Not
it's
as good
good
as the Three Body Problem series.
Also, those are my two sci-fi series.
Okay.
Three Bodies Problem
Yeah, yeah.
and the Broken Earth trilogy. But it's
Colin
good,
doesn't know how to read, so this is like a really fun.
Wow.
dude. You're doing great. Don't ever learn. You know, like, why would you even? Yeah, like who cares? That you made it this far, you don't know how to read. Like you won. Like
Yeah.
we're the idiots
That's right.
because we have the ability to read it. We didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Well, Josh did a couple of things. He went to New York.
That's right. Yeah.
For a month?
Yeah.
That's it. That's my greatest accomplishment now.
Yeah. Most people only go there for a few days and then they had to go back to their
That's right.
house or whatever. So.
Do you have a new zest for life in New Haven? Are you going to start some cool shit or what?
I want someone to start an esports bar here.
Yeah.
Not with my money. but
Raves and
somebody.
esports bars sound pretty attainable. I mean, it won't be the Brooklyn Mirage, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you could make those happen.
Not only are those super doable, there isn't a like. I mean, I won't say there's not a city on Earth, but I guess cities for sure where that's not someone that people want to do. People love playing video
Yeah.
games, and
Yeah.
people love doing drugs and partying.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
totally.
this is totally.
And
doable.
there are enough like European people through Yale who love electronic music as just a core. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's a possibility. I just don't want to have to do it. I want someone else to do it. You know?
Well, that's the problem
How do
with
you
this
make
world.
other
So
people
you don't have
do
a zest
things?
for life.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
No.
Amy,
'cause
put in "Lust for Life" by Iggy Pop when every time he says "Zest for Life."
my zest is criticizing others until they do what I want. That's always been my method. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Criticism is a form of art.
That's how you get people to do things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I get elected officials to do things.
that would be great though. I love. esports.
Yeah, and so they would have like Super Smash Brothers tournaments. You know what I mean?
What
They
do
would
you
do
love,
like
Shawn?
Valorant.
Esports.
Yeah.
It's in the game.
I was going to do that if you didn't.
We're on the same page. Get Josh out of here. It's just us now.
Yeah, listen, I should probably retire this podcast anyway. So it's fun.
No. I need a competitor at this network to drive me to
That's
the
right.
top.
What about the?
Yeah, exactly. You can't even name a single other one.
Gab Gals?
No, but they have a real name, and I've even started following them on Instagram, and they have a lot of followers.
God
so
damn it.
like,
All right, I got it.
yeah.
How
I
many
don't know.
followers do you have?
Something to aspire to.
I don't even have a separate Instagram account for this, so it's done, I guess.
Bush League.
Yeah.
Did you guys
it
hear
seems-
about what Instagram does to young girls' body issues?
Yeah, you were talking about that, and you said you specifically wanted to go in depth about it on Mike. So here's your opportunity.
Yeah,
That's,
please
that's my
advocate.
new cause. I mean, that's,
warping young women's
that's why I
bodies?
don't have an Instagram.
Yeah, that's your cause is like to team up with Instagram to
Yeah.
make them more effective.
I'm the guy who's
right.
who's controlling the algorithm.
Yeah.
It's not an algorithm at all. I'm pushing
Yeah.
all of the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
your name
feed
is
on
Algae
Instagram.
Rhythm, like Don Cheadle's character in Space Jam: A New Legacy. Deep
What was
cut.
that?
Definitely did not see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but Don Cheadle's character in Space Jam: A New Legacy is Algae Rhythm, and he's an algorithm. Like he's like he's a personified version of like a computer program, and his name is Algae Rhythm,
Wow.
which is a joke that most kids will get.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the important thing. I mean, they're playing Roblox. They're figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know?
And they can play Roblox at your new esports cafe.
That's
See,
true.
I'm so good
Yeah.
at
Mm-hmm.
bringing it back around, aiming. Come on, dude. Look at me. I'm killing it here.
These computers were serious though. They had like RTX 3090s, which are very hard to get.
Did they have-
'cause of goddamn
did they have, like,
Bitcoin?
Keyboards and mice.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're good.
Yeah.
When they got
That's
the
right.
keyboard
Shut
and
down
stuff.
mining in China.
So
They might be
it was only
coming over
$5 $5 an hour to like play, and they like give you a headset. It's pretty sweet. Like you just like, which is very reasonable. I feel like
$5 an hour.
Yeah.
That's good.
I thought you were
Very
going to list
reasonable.
off a number of things, but you stopped at headset.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
What else
Okay, that's
would you
hey,
get?
I
Yeah.
guess that's fair, but also like I thought it was gonna be like a real steal. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You get a headset, you get a bucket of
And
popcorn.
then you sit there.
Yeah,
If you brought a chair.
yeah.
I
yeah.
think if you get a monthly membership, you get unlimited soda, but I don't remember how much the
Oh,
monthly was.
Nice.
you gotta have unlimited soda. Sign me. I'm moving to Brooklyn right now.
Definitely.
There was a 2K tournament there one
Unlimited
weekend,
soda
and there was
is
like an open
hilarious.
bar, and I've never seen so many huge dudes slimming white wine and talking shit to each other. It was quite the experience.
Really?
What was
Why
the
white wine?
What would you say the average age of?
The 2K was young, yeah, college age, I would say.
That's just so funny that like, like I mean I guess college students love soda, but it's like unlimited soda is very much like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I feel like you get to a certain age and you're like, soda, wow, that's really the devil's drink right
Wait,
there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the
I'm
2K
not gonna be
tournament.
healthy.
Overall, I would say it was like probably 27, 28.
Okay, so that's even less of a reason to have unlimited soda. Okay, maybe it wasn't unlimited soda. Maybe Josh just kind of spitballed that.
No, but that's. I mean, it's a bar. They sell alcohol. You know
Right,
what I
but I'm
mean?
saying-
but
If you're gonna lock me into a monthly membership, if I'm gonna pay you money out of my pocket every month, I need a little bit something more than unlimited soda. If I'm older than 14, like I mean, like I need.
well, you get unlimited gaming. Obviously, that's like the whole thing.
Yeah, but
right?
I came here for gaming. What
Right.
is the incentive?
But if you're
beyond
there every
gaming?
day
might be
gaming,
people
it's way
that-
cheaper.
That don't even game there, and they're like, my
They
soda
just-
budget's
yeah,
through the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
This just
Like,
works out
I
for
can
me.
just, yeah, this is
Hold on.
guaranteed.
Let me napkin math
There
this.
might
Like,
be like this is guaranteed soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There might be some months in my personal life where like I can't afford as much soda as I drink.
I
But
bring
if
empty 2
yeah.
liters with me when I go there.
Yeah,
I fill up.
yeah. That's okay. Now you swung me.
Matt Fantastic
Unlimited
is flicking
soda.
me off.
Let's do it.
We both got flicked off today. This is bullshit.
Matt Fantastic would be the guy to open an esports bar.
Yeah, let's get him
I'm
in
just
here.
saying that.
Sit your ass down here, Matt.
Do you
Open
have
this
an hour
goddamn-
and a half to listen about socialist politics? You probably do.
I
but,
do,
Yeah.
of course.
You two should probably have a podcast, a pro
But
socialist.
also,
yeah.
damn, I said, but also, and I had a thought prior, and it slipped. Oh,
Think
no,
of anything new now.
yeah.
soda.
I know what I was gonna say.
Still on the soda
we
rant?
can't, no, we can't open the esports bar without having a cool name for it. Because
Oh, yeah.
Brookland
Brookland
is
is a
good. That's
good, yeah,
name.
sure. There's no similar land-related
New
name.
Haveland.
Done. Let's open it.
Okay, New Haven, right? But the E is real big because it's esports.
Ooh.
That's not bad, actually.
That's as good as it's gonna get for New Haven.
And then just much, much bigger letters underneath it says unlimited soda.
Yes, New
the main
Gaming.
thing.
If anything, the unlimited soda sign is just way bigger than
It's
the
it's
rest.
the
Yeah.
sign, really. That's
Yeah.
most of
New
it.
Gaming, like gaming like
Yeah.
New Gaiman.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit close to gay,
Apostrophe-
though, I think.
And then
Worrying.
we get Neil Gaiman, esteemed author,
Yeah.
to sponsor the bar.
Yeah, just get looser and looser.
Yeah, he
with
just
the
gets further away
connection.
from
All
what
right.
it's.
I'll take his master class, but I'll slowly start like texting him about this
Yeah,
sponsorship deal. Great writing tip, sir, but also I have an opportunity for you.
Have you heard of New Gaiman?
Yeah.
Have you heard of crypto?
I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to it before your lawyers do.
And it was sweet though. I'll miss that place for sure. But we could have one
I'm
probably.
gonna say you won't have to miss it once you open Brookland, New Haven
Yeah.
chapter.
I'm trying to think where would be a good spot for
New
that.
Gaiman, baby.
Beer Advocate is too small. Maybe Cask Republic because you don't really want too much light in a gaming place anyway.
You see this though? We got the
Cask
ball rolling.
Republic, the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you want to have a whole separate LAN room, right? And then you need an esports arena, like 5v5.
You gotta have an esports
Wow.
arena.
Right.
Got to.
Come
yeah,
on, man.
That's the whole point.
Are you even like?
We're
What are
gonna
we
need
doing?
a 500.
I feel like you don't even watch
bar.
esports. It makes me feel like you don't really.
You feel like that?
I
You-
don't
you're
watch
just getting, You're just
esports
getting
at
that
all.
vibe from him.
Yeah.
I could have. The moment
esports
we
vibes
met,
only.
the moment we met, I could have said, "You don't watch esports."
I've
you
seen
know
people
him.
watching esports.
Yeah. He doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Why did you think? Like, what made you think like it was a possibility that maybe
Young
no.
girls' body image
Yeah.
issues. I'm not
Yeah,
into that.
he's got bigger issues right now. He's got to build the algorithm to
That's right.
ruin
Algae rhythm.
Yeah,
Algae rhythm. Did you hear all of Twitch got leaked? That was pretty sweet.
all of Twitch got leaked.
Yeah.
Like,
The
what do you
entire
mean?
platform. Like all the code, how much all the streamers get
The
paid.
source code.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the streamers don't.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that it was all there. So it was just all their
Everything.
database data as well.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that there is still that level of hacking. Well, not still, but like movies led us to believe that there would be so much more hacking at this point of time. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of hacking, but like, I love when it's like something like, okay, we're just gonna dump the entirety of Twitch on like just because we can. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
'cause, like that's. But I also hate, why aren't hackers doing the good shit? Like,
Yeah, it's
fucking
mostly
hack Sally
ransomware
Mae,
now.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, why
it's
are we
true.
like
They probably do hack Sally Mae, but then they're just like, give us $1 million and we'll leave you alone. They don't care about you.
yeah, that's true.
Russian
Damn.
hackers aren't looking out for
Damn,
your
you know what?
healthcare.
I wish
altruistic
I wish you
Russian
didn't
hacker
say that.
farms.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't say that because now I'm like, damn, they probably hack Sally Mae every day, and they just
Yeah,
like they just get
exactly.
bought off.
Yeah, that's pretty much most hacking now is ransomware. So,
Yeah, for sure. I was reading this
Terrifying.
great article about that.
Now I
in,
feel bad for Sally Mae.
The Times wasn't in the Times. I don't know.
Sally
where
Mae
it was.
is federal, I think.
Um,
Yeah. Anyway, let's
okay.
play some Fuck, Marry, Kill, but let's do it about things about New York that we like or hate. How about that? I
Okay.
just thought of at this very moment. Now that we're 46 minutes,
I would
into this.
kill traveling within New York. I know it's not popular and everyone's like, the subway's great, but it takes a fucking hour to get anywhere. It could be 2 blocks away. That's,
disagree.
That's the
It
reason that
depends
I
on-
find it exhausting going to New York, because it's like, even people that live there, you're like, let's meet up. You're a mile away. It's going to take an hour.
That's the issue. I
mile's
think
usually not
is
too
that
bad.
because everything is. A lot of the people don't live close because New York makes you feel like we're all in one city. It's
Right.
like 7 cities. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Geographically, it's tiny. It's
Yeah.
so like from
But it's so
point to
dense,
point,
yeah.
it's such a short distance that you're going.
It depends on the trains, dude. Like sometimes you're like, this is so much faster than like even driving. But there's a lot of like, damn, this shit took an hour.
But it's usually like it's as fast as driving because driving is so slow.
Yeah,
it
that's
just
true.
takes
That's-
a long
yeah,
time
yeah,
to get a
yeah,
short
yeah, yeah.
distance. You know?
Yeah, let's kill that. What would I kill? The Statue of Liberty.
I thought you
Have you
were
ever been in the
bros.
Statue of Liberty?
Well, she never visited me. So that's
Oh,
what kinda-
damn.
You ever
No.
been in there?
No,
Oh, it's cramped,
is
man.
it green in there?
I don't know if you can
Nah.
still go up to the top, but it
Yeah, I went
just
as a
gets
kid,
tighter and
but-
tighter as
Oh,
you go
yeah.
in there.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, I was a kid, but I haven't. Yeah.
I never wanted to. Like I guess like as a kid I wanted to, but I never like every time I went to the city I've never been like, man, again did I once again forget to put on my itinerary that I had to go to this. You know what I mean? Like it's just cool to know it's there. Like I'm glad.
What's your most popular tourist attraction?
Yeah, the green lady. I'm over it.
I would kill. I had a night. Oh, like bike riding in Manhattan, Midtown especially. They have all these bike lanes, right? And you're like, oh, so I can just ride a bike. But the thing about New York is that
Nobody
everybody
respects the fact that it's a bike lane.
Yeah, right. It's just New Yorkers are basically extremely just going to do whatever the fuck they want no matter what, whether it's a car, a pedestrian. So it's really incredibly dangerous. I have been riding my bike for 10 years in New Haven, and the one ride through Midtown was way more harrowing than anything I've ever done in New Haven.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. And I used to ride my bike very drunk.
Everybody that's using a different mode of transportation than you're using at that exact moment is a real asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a
That's
villain.
just how
Yeah.
life is.
Actually, no, here's my kill is all double parking in the city because it's just insane how much it happens and like people just like, they're like, yeah, this is fine. Like there was a bike lane on DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn, literally this one block every day, fucking 10 cars just double parked all the time. And like nobody's doing anything, you know?
Well, yeah, that's one of the funny things about the city. Is there are just parts of the city where like they just don't enforce parking traffic stuff.
Yeah,
like, they was
at
like
all.
this is like this is. I was reading an article about this. Like there's a part of the city where like everyone just parks on the sidewalk and no one ever does anything about it. Like, like it's just like whatever. Like the cops is just like that's just happening.
Yeah.
Like this is just
That's
this
what
is
they
just,
do
that-
on this block.
That's
I
Hell's
can't be
Kitchen for you.
bothered.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'm gonna change my kill to most of the open micers.
Yeah,
because
fair.
it would just make it a lot easier. On everyone who's trying to do comedy, if like
Yeah,
most of you guys would-
logistically, if you did kill
but
them all.
like in a Thanos way though, where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
not, not random,
One of the favorite
Genocide.
lines I heard when we were at the Heckle open mic, this guy goes up and he's like, why is there so many Jews here?
Fair point. That is a funny thing to say.
It's like, you're in New York and doing comedy? Like,
Yeah. Also, like I mean,
Was that
it
a
in
heckle
Brooklyn?
or a?
no, he was
or
literally
his
just...
That was him like stretching his like cracking his knuckles and starting his set.
Yeah.
He was like,
no,
let me just get
like
into
a
this
bunch of
little bit.
comics have been
He
like,
wasn't even
oh,
up yet. He
I'm,
was just shouting across the room.
a couple comics were like, I'm
just a
Jewish,
pedestrian.
I'm Jewish. A few comics that self-identified, and he just was like, why are there so many Jews?
Maybe I mean at this specific open mic
Yeah.
because, like, it is funny like how much Jewish comedians will bring to your attention that they are Jewish. You know what I mean?
What? No.
It's like
That's Josh's new bit.
No, my new bit is depression. Actually, my new
that's
new
not
bit
your new bit. That is
about-
not
Yeah,
your new bit.
that's your tried and true.
Yeah, I say that is your like. Yeah, I mean that's you. Like I got that in my back pocket. Like I'm gonna pull
All right,
that
well, the
out.
suicide notes are more
Okay, yeah.
specifically newer. My new bit is actually about glory holes. It is great.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
agree.
the only
that it's,
joke that works the open mic this week, and it killed.
I'm gonna agree that it's great just on concept
Concepts,
alone. Yeah, I like.
That's true. The
I like
name
that.
works.
Yeah.
Glory. I would say love is the food. Just the bevy
I was
of
gonna
food
say that.
options,
Stole my
and just
shit,
how
dude.
late they're open. Like the fact that like you can get home at like 10, 11 p.m., still get a top-notch meal at a restaurant is just insane.
That's exactly what I was
Like,
gonna say.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta recently, and it was like, it's 9 o'clock. You close. It's 9 p.m. What are you talking about? Like this doesn't make any sense. And it's like it's like I know like the South is different, but it's like this is a major city. Like this is one of the cities in America,
Yeah.
and you're
Boston's
closed.
like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, at least also have like one taco, a few taco
Yeah,
spots that
yeah.
are like open, like just like till like what time did you guys close at all? Yeah, I mean like where it's like this is like the best possible food place I can find in Atlanta, and you guys are closed now
Yeah.
because it's Sunday.
Do they have
Whatever.
much of like a downtown scene there? I've never really hung out in Atlanta at all.
Yeah, they do. I didn't spend too much time like downtown, but yeah, they do.
Mhm.
But it's like everything just like New York and LA are the only places where like you can stay out all night.
Yeah.
And like I'm not even I don't even go out like that. You know what I mean? But it's just like it's nice to know that you have the luxury to do that. Yeah.
want.
Like I remember like me and Dame used to go out into the city and we do mics or do shows or something. And, like we would like we missed the last train and like there's stuff to do. Like it's not a lot of fun stuff to do at
Right.
2 a.m. But like at least like Times Square is kind of like it's kind of cool to see Times Square and it's like you can go
It's
to a
more
diner
empty.
or something. And it's
Yeah,
like we'll
yeah.
just chill here for a while,
Mhm.
hop on the train, go somewhere else, and then like get on the first train back. But it's like you can't do that. It's like you're just stuck. You just go home in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
that's food options late night. It's great.
You got a love over there? Statue of Liberty?
No, I would marry other people living in New York so that I can just go visit and then them take me out to whatever cool
Yes.
bar is going on, and it's just a different place every time you go, and you don't have to go discover anything because they'll just try and impress you with the best place they know. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
As long as they're close to the train. Or have parking.
Yeah, that part's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are we gonna fuck now?
Yeah, we got to... Let's fuck, guys.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about the game, fellas. Talking about the game
Turn
of
your
love.
I would say
down
the average
low.
attractiveness of this podcast is pretty high by podcast standards or life standards.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're
Yeah.
doing it.
There's no gab gals, but
Yeah.
we'll get there one day.
Yeah. So one day we're going to go ahead and learn the name of that podcast.
Yeah.
That has way more followers.
The talking tootses.
Tootsies. What an underused term. When can we bring that back?
Yeah, that's good. Let's work on that. Let's just force it into our conversation. And then, you know what I mean?
We have to make sure that we understand it's respectful, though.
Screw it.
I'll say I'll jump off of yours and fuck the giant just like spectacle
Statue of
shit.
Liberty?
Like yeah, I'd fuck the shit out of Statue of Liberty.
Right in that torch. I'm going to pull the torch out and put my dick in.
Have her hold it. But just like the Brooklyn Mirage, like that is some shit you just like won't see in a lot of places.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, I'd fuck that. And then
Cool.
I just go home. So tired. I can't go back there for
Yeah.
a couple months, you know?
Yeah. I get
After all that fucking.
I'm going to order some Indian food.
Yeah.
I would fuck the subway, which I know is unpopular, but I just like the idea that there's like always a train coming, usually in the next 10 minutes, and it's like gonna mostly get me where I want to go. And also, I can read. I read so much while I was in the city because it's like
That's the best. Yeah.
Because like I can,
Look at
especially
this
like
guy calling me out for not being able to
Yeah.
read.
no, it's
Fuck.
fine. I mean, you're not bringing a book to the fucking city. I get it. But, like, if you're there for a while, you may as well, like, bring a fucking book. And, like, you know, where I was on the L, like, going into the city, there would always be a spot for me to sit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Coming home, maybe not. But, like, that is really nice. Because, like, yeah, maybe it's 45 minutes. But if you're reading, I don't mind. I love reading.
If
you know?
it kind of flies by, and it's like also like you don't get much time to read else. Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
the best. 'Cause I mean, like I said, I was in Jamaica. Like that's just a nice
Yeah.
hour of just like uninterrupted. Once I get a
Mhm.
seat, it's like even when I'm standing, you know, just holding on to the phone.
Yeah. I
It's
thought
pretty
I was
good.
going to play Switch more, but I mostly read. I just,
Yeah.
like, I think maybe, like, video games in the subway is just too much. There's too much going on already. I
Mhm.
want to be able to keep my wits about me a little bit.
I like looking at people, but then if they look back at me, then I look away.
Yeah.
And then look again, and then if they look,
Classic.
I look away.
My backup fuck would just be all the attractive Jewish women in New York. That's I
We
will
go
miss
with the
that.
Jew thing again. It's
I
like,
mean, listen.
God.
like seriously.
Why are there so
No.
many Jewish
Yeah.
comedians in this room right now?
Listen, Jewish girls are just great. I'm sorry, it's just a fact of life. You don't have to like them, but they are perfectly neurotic and wonderful. But that's not a good reason to move to a city. So
How was your online dating game in New York?
it was good, but it's just like hard to date when you're like, also, I'm probably gonna leave in a month forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like I met some cool people and we hung out, but it didn't really.
We
go anywhere.
gamed.
Yeah.
We did some esports.
That's right. Yeah, I would say my real long-term girlfriend was just the bartender at the esports bar.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
Those are the best girlfriends, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones
Fantasy
you-
girlfriends
yeah.
in your
They'll always
mind.
listen.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know,
They never hurt you,
they have to be nice to you.
except when they hurt you because they not actually your girlfriend.
Right, exactly. They hurt you by dating their actual boyfriends.
Yeah. By doing just whatever they were going to do anyway.
Enjoying
they,
their
they did
lives.
nothing to you specifically, but just by not.
Bringing to light reality.
Yeah, yeah. Did I say what I was going to fuck? I don't know. A lot of the people in New York City. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot people for sure. It is outrageous.
I think the subway is a good one, but I don't want to steal that. But it's like also like the idea of the subway. That's the problem. It's like because when the subway was working well, it's great, but
Yeah.
it's very often not.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I would fuck the parks. This is I don't know. I just like the liveliness of New York parks is what I like about it. Like
Yeah.
like I mean, there's places that just like you could just chill, like this place in the Washington like Union Square Park where you could just like not interact with anyone,
Mhm.
or like even Central Park or Washington Square Park, but. We just have great parks, and then like everything is great around the parks. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
cities have like this is a really great park, but like nothing's over here. I mean, you gotta really
Yeah.
gotta like venture out. I think
Mhm.
like New York just has like so many great parks. I like parks.
One of the things I would really love to see us do in New Haven that New York does is just have like a few vendors in a park. You know what I mean? Like why doesn't Edgewood Park have like a fucking ice cream truck? Like it just does. Like there's no like I feel like that would pull you in because you're like, yeah, it's a nice day, like
Absolutely.
you're whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'll fuck with some ice
Yeah.
cream right now, and now you're like sitting with your friends and hanging out.
Yeah,
and it's
Union
like,
Square
like
is
a
like
condom
always
dispenser
jumping,
or
and that's
something
part
like
of
that.
it. It's
Yeah.
like there's stuff
just
happening
like a hot
here.
dog
Like
stand. Like it doesn't. We don't need a lot.
yeah,
It's not a big ask. One bathroom and an ice cream fucking like cart, not even a truck. You know what I mean?
Just
Goddamn
one cone.
Italian ice.
Just a single cone.
How subtle for Italian night?
Yeah, it's like obviously Long Wharf is the designated like vendor
yeah.
food truck area, but like in the summer there's like a lively area specifically because there's like I mean sometimes you have to like if you build it they will come type of things, like just being a park is not enough. But
K2, K2 vendor, that would be great.
Hell yeah, dude.
It seems like people are not having a huge problem finding K2, to be quite honest.
Yeah, remember that time when like everyone
Yeah, but they
died
should
on the
concentrate
green?
it
Nobody
in one
died.
place.
No, they all died.
They all died.
I made sure
If
of it.
115
By
people
selling them-
died, it would have
By selling them K2, I made
You
sure.
should probably
National
point
news.
out that Eamon's just pitching jokes from the sound.
Yeah, that's
booth
probably
now.
true. I'm just
He's a
indiscriminately
great-
shouting
he's a
out
great
about
engineer, he's a
K2.
great producer.
I mean, listen, if you've come this far into this podcast, you're used to some deranged level of whatever.
Yeah, man.
I think that's a
Um,
great idea, actually, because I never got the food truck thing. I don't know why. I think the nice idea of food trucks is that, like, you're out somewhere and you're like, oh, shit, like,
Yeah.
let's get a grilled cheese sandwich. That's cool that this is here.
Right, you're already at the brewery
I'm
or
not,
whatever.
I'm not driving
Yeah.
to,
Well, that's-
like,
yeah, it kinda
food
just-
truck land.
It's dumb to
you know?
put them in places where you have to go.
We're there anyway.
Out of your way.
Yeah, like 'cause,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what law changed, but they used to be downtown. Like the
Yeah.
food trucks that are on Long Wharf now, they used to always be downtown.
Mhm.
Like after the bars or whatever, they would be out there. It's like it's great. Like you could go get.
Yeah.
That's when you want grilled cheese.
Exactly.
There was some license.
know.
I don't know. Yeah, the city.
It's dumb. It's
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
And I go to Long Wharf sometimes, but it would be better if Long Wharf like if they were in the center of the city where I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
like I was going to come across them in anyway,
Right,
rather than
yeah.
having like to go.
Yeah, like when you have Arts and Ideas and like all the food trucks are lined up right on Temple Street.
It's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. There's lines out the fucking
Yeah, like-
I was gonna say like even like I know we can't do shit on the green because it's owned by like 5 fucking rich people who hate us or whatever. But like again, like in like top of East Rock, you know what I mean? That'd be a great spot for a hot dog stand. Like people are hanging
you
out
could, like-
anyway.
and then every year we could like at the end of the summer we could push it off the top of the East Rock. Yeah,
And it just collects in a pile
yeah.
at the bottom.
That'd be like that would be. If you want to make New Haven a draw, we have to kill a hot dog vendor every summer.
Yeah,
and
the
push-
bodies
yeah.
are also
Oh, the
strewn
man
about.
is with
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's like, he doesn't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to escape. Like,
Yeah,
but it's
no.
like that's part of like.
Can't just be the cart.
But
Who
it's like-
cares about that?
But it's like that's an honor. Like I mean, it'll grow
Yeah.
to a point where
It's
like
the sacrifice thing.
in
Yeah.
the world of like hot dog cart or like food truck, like in
What
that
did I
world,
just read? Oh,
that'll be something.
American guys. That was like about something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be like something like you were
You're a
like,
sacrifice.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
born and you're proud.
Chosen.
Like I'm gonna one day get
That's
pushed
our,
off the
our
top
Mayan
of East
Temple
Rock.
of
Yeah.
the Sun up there.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like everyone in your family's like they're proud. Like they look at you and like he's the one, man. He's gonna
sold
get
hot
shoved.
dogs.
Yeah.
So we are taking volunteers to be pushed off of East Rock. with a
I'll
hot
do it,
dog
man. I'll
cart.
fucking do it. I get the ball rolling. I'm not like Josh, like, oh, someone else has to do it. I like the idea. No, I'll do it. Push me up the top of East Rock. All my problems will go away. I just want a nice bite of the hot dog.
I did tell a girl that
You can't eat the
like
hot dog.
that.
That's part of the
Oh
sacrifice.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't like it, but it's fair.
I was on a date recently and I was saying about how my dad didn't really want kids and how it makes me feel mixed feelings because like if I'd never been born, a lot of my problems would go away.
Maybe some of your dad's problems too.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now the damage is done for both of us, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta live with
but if
that.
you were never born,
Right. Sure.
but
But that's whose fault is that? Not mine. Yeah.
that would suck though if you couldn't even have the hot dog. Like, ever.
Does that change everything?
Yeah, but it's also like that makes
It makes it unobtainable.
Purity.
But that's part of why that person is so revered. Is because
Yeah.
like they
They
it's
don't
like
partake.
Yeah, they
They
never
abstain.
touched. Yeah,
It's like Jesus
Chastity.
died
Yeah, they're
because
like
he
a-
didn't sin. It's the same thing with the
He's
hot
like-
dogs.
Not eating the hot dog so that you can get pushed off East Rock.
like they're
Right.
Dalai Lama or something.
Exactly.
Or like you know how like priests can't fuck or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it'd be like that. But like there would be like a whole scandal where like turns out
They were
these hot
eating
dog guys
mini
were
wieners.
I saw
Just
him in
like
the Nathan's
shoving
contest.
cocktail
like-
wieners
and
in their
it-
mouth.
instead of like firing them or whatever, they got transferred to another Easter like another.
And it's not like he's just like at barbecues occasionally eating
Yeah,
one.
yeah, like
he was
they-
eating thousands
it was
of
known,
hot dogs.
yeah, and
And
everyone-
you pan to this new hot dog guy and he's just sweating.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
oh no. That priest just got moved to my district. All right, I think this is a great stopping point.
That was a good bit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sean, do you want to plug some
Hell
things?
yeah, I'm gonna plug a whole bunch of stuff. Shawn Murray International Film Festival on this very network. You can
is
find it
available on
everywhere.
podcasts.
Spotify and Apple and all that bullshit.
Nice.
Also, Nobody Asked Shawn. You can find it on Instagram at Nobody Asked Shawn or YouTube.
How
And,
could people ask you questions? Is there a way that they can
There's
submit
a-
via email or something?
Funny that you say that because there is an email. Nobody at Shawn@gmail.com or just DM me on Instagram and or just text me if you have my number. You probably don't if you're listening to this because
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that Josh knows except British Dave. He doesn't have my number for some reason. This is weird.
Do you want me to give it to him?
Yes, British
Say
Dave.
it
Let's
on the air.
reconcile.
Say it on the air.
Can people send...
161. I know the British numbers. Does he still have a British number?
No, he does not.
It starts with a
Plus
plus.
one.
He's got
Yeah.
a 440. Can people send you dick rating pics?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I want to fucking expand my
Everything.
what the
Repertoire.
podcast can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to limit
Yeah.
myself to just be like
You're
non-sexual.
not going to get a
non-dick-
Patreon just with these
Yeah.
questions, that's for sure.
I'd probably give a lot of better ratings than like the women on OnlyFans who give like just stock rate like, oh, your dick's great. Like what is that for? I know this is supposed to be plugging, but like
I mean, it's my fault. I brought it up.
have you ever wanted your dick rated? Like
No.
if you wanted to know that you had a
I
good
don't even
dick,
know what the hell you're talking about. Is that what happens on OnlyFans? People send
That's
in
one of the
dick
things-
pics?
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
a
only
service
thing.
that people
but
offer.
like
yeah.
a lot of women will be like, or like even men too, I guess, but they'll
Yeah.
be like, like
You can send a picture of your
send it and
penis.
I'll give you a dick
Uh-huh.
rating, $5. Or it's like
yeah.
they're just gonna say like great. You know, they're gonna,
Yeah, I
that's-
assume that
pretty
it's like
good.
complimentary. I don't actually
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it might be
I definitely
disparaging. but
don't
it's like,
know.
Like, but you don't add to the.
Do you think there are guys
Your
are sending
misery.
in dick pics that they just found online for like some weird reason?
That'd
just
be
to
hilarious.
That would
Isn't
be
that
yeah,
sad?
just like sending in
What
What
a
a
like,
idea.
sad,
stock,
how
stock
starved
dick.
for attention are you? You're like, I'm gonna send a fake
This is a
dick
stock dick.
to
I've
a
seen
lady.
this
I
before.
want to start a business called Stock Dicks
Yeah.
for like men who want to send a dick pic, but like they're not. They know
That's
their
a
dick's
great
not up
business.
To, yeah,
Yeah,
Stock
yeah.
Dicks.
I can see the
But then
stock
what's the
dick
end game
logo
there?
on
When you
this.
take your pants down, you think she's not gonna realize? Like,
It's
that's
called
not...
Shanghaiing someone into a like it's not. They're not good guys. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
Like
fair.
like you have to deal with whatever consequences.
Yeah.
But like it's,
Your market demographic
No,
is
all
immoral
they're
people.
good guys.
It's
Come
about
on.
it's about getting someone to do something that they wouldn't have done if you told them the truth.
Okay, fine. Well, this is a great place to end up. I am hosting a comedy show, Trinity Bar, Thursday, October 21st. Starts at 8 p.m. It's $10. Come hang out. Dame FK will not be there. What are you going to say?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm also hosting a comedy show
Don't go to
on
that.
the 21st.
on the 27th.
Yeah.
Wednesday, October 27th.
At
People get ready. Books.
People Get Ready
I'm gonna
Books
have some
on
great
Whaley
comics
Ave.
on there. Yeah. So go to Josh's show on the
Yep.
21st,
Yep.
and then come to mine on the 27th.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Are you going to have
Probably.
Dame FK at your show?
At some point,
Yeah, he's in London still.
I'm gonna
right?
have. No, he just came back.
Oh, he just came back?
I'm gonna have you guys hash it out on stage.
Oh, perfect.
It'll be like a-
and
I
it's
wanna
going to
go-
be a heckler show too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird because I think we do both quite like each other. So it's
No,
gonna
yeah,
be
it's just
a
well then it
little
won't
weird.
be. I'm
Awkward,
gonna
You're
sow
gonna make
some
it worse.
discord in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meantime in order to.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah. Dude, he was like all that stuff he said about how he was drunk. He was lying. Dude, he doesn't even drink.
Wow, his Instagram is so much more confusing now.
Yeah.
All right, and Colin, you want to plug your apartments? You got
Josh
anything
didn't
open?
even go to
Airbnb?
Nothing, man.
Nothing. They're full all the time.
This isn't the venue that I find tenants. So.
Oh, really? But
He
it's
finds
okay,
them on
but
his
it's okay
website,
to
an app
post.
called Airbnb.
No, Colin posted an ad for a carpenter on my YouTube.
Yeah, I just
Qualify.
you got to look everywhere, man. It's hard to find qualified tradesmen right now.
Yeah.
And my
There were no
audience
other
is
comments.
nothing
I was
if
the
not
third view
qualified
on the video,
tradesmen.
so I wanted
That's
to get
my-
it. I wanted to get likes and comments going too.
Yeah, appreciate that engagement.
Yeah,
You
That's
get
my
it.
other business, qualified tradesman. And it's once again a business where you are not a qualified tradesman, but
Yeah.
you're pretending to be a qualified tradesman in order to get jobs.
Yeah,
I'm a
Is
qualified.
that you
contract.
that's been sending me the
Yes,
stock
yes.
dicks?
I will be honest. Yes, I'm trying to get some business. You know,
Yeah.
trying to drum up some business. So I sent out some dicks just to get the feelers out. You know what I mean?
I'm a framer. Here's a stock dick.
Will you rate those dicks for me? Just let me know like what you think.
They were all
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Okay,
They're all
good.
great.
Yeah,
Nice.
sounds good.
You want something more in depth though?
Yeah,
I'm-
yeah, but
I'm just
I mean,
one of your
yeah,
OnlyFans
decorating
girls.
is
But
just
I know
great,
sometimes
I
people are just
assume.
gonna give you like the kind of stock and then stock dicks, but stock answer. And then some people are gonna be like more in depth, but like it's good to know at least you think they're good dicks.
Yeah,
And yeah, we'll keep it going. Just
Great.
send out some more.
yeah,
Eamon,
they're all
you'll get a
four
few.
or better.
And come out to our new esports bar. Free soda for everyone.
New gaming.
Excited.
New game.
Neil Gaiman
we're
don't
gonna
sue us.
keep. We're gonna keep workshopping that title.
Free soda is totally different. You
Yeah,
just
than
changed the whole
unlimited
thing.
soda.
Unlimited
My
soda
bad. Wow. Sorry,
implies
everybody.
that you're paying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. unlimited.
Yeah, because if you're
soda.
giving out free soda, I have questions now about like
No.
where are you sourcing this soda?
Yeah. And
This
am I the
business model
product
doesn't
now?
make
Why
sense.
is this free?
yeah.
This is like that Facebook thing all over again.
Yeah, you running tests on me?
That's right. Okay, well, thank you everybody for listening. Coming back. Thank you, Shawn and Colin.
Yeah, man. Good to be here.
And
Welcome back.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully, sooner than later. And thanks,
Josh, you were
Eamon.
saying that you're anti-vax?
That's right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Busy people and lots of yellies, Worcester hipsters and fed up townies. We have more than pizza in common, with 2 rocks for bookends. New Haven, New Haven, New Haven, between 2 rocks. Ba-da-da-da, 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 between 2 rocks.